What's up YouTube, this is Shuttleboy and back with yet another video. Today's video we're going to be talking about a kind of small restock that happened on golfwang.com recently, and I'm just going to discuss what I'm liking from it, what I'm not liking from it, and should you guys be picking up anything from this. So let's get right into it, guys. Alright, so the first thing I did want to note, it's not really a restock item, but it's something I still want to talk about nonetheless that's on the website, and that is this Converse collaboration with this artist named Spencer McMullen, which I thought was a pretty interesting topic. Tyler's been doing these things with Converse, which is like Converse curated by Tyler, I think is what they're calling it. And it's basically where he finds some artists that he does like a lot and has them make a collaboration with Converse. And we saw that in the form of Wyatt in the past, and I believe that was the only instance we've seen that up until this one, which personally, if you look at it, it's on another Chuck 70 high, and it just looks a lot like the same kind of concept as far as the Wyatt pair was too. Just some drawings on a Chuck Taylor, and I'm just not really feeling this, to be honest. I really do applaud this whole concept though. I think it's really sweet that Tyler and Converse are doing this thing. It's really cool to see that with artists, but I just kind of wish we were getting a little bit more unique designs out of this, because it's basically just an original Chuck Taylor colorway with some drawings thrown on it, and you know, we all can draw on some Chuck Taylors, you know. So just my thoughts, I thought I'd share it. The story is interesting though, I will say that. Moving on from that, we got quite a few different Egor things, which I think the reason behind why a lot of these things restocked is because during this time they're probably not going to be doing much of any golf drops anytime soon. So a good way to have some items open for sale during this time when nothing's going to be changing or anything is have the items that are related to the album and stuff be selling at this time, because those are the things that everybody's going to want to buy all the time. It's going to be the things that probably would sell the most. Think about in the past, like the Save the Bees hoodie and stuff like that. That was like the best selling thing. That's the thing that whenever you see somebody that owns stuff like this, that's the hoodie you always see people wearing. So that's what I thought when I saw a lot of this clothing. But moving on, we do see the faceless hoodie, and I don't know, it's cool, but it's just not anything that I really need, especially when the price is $90. That's just not something that I'm really looking forward towards, especially when I just think there's cooler designs of hoodies in general. I'm not really a fan of the whole merch side of different pieces that he makes these days. A lot of these come in a multitude of colorways as well, such as this Heartless hoodie, or Heartbreak one I believe it's called, that has a blue, then a pink, a couple different colors, and this design's interesting, but I think I like the other design a little bit more. I don't know, I don't really like the Egor on the sleeve of the faceless one, but I don't really like this weird little like half-ass drawn idea of a heart on here. Then we have the keyboard button-up, which I didn't know that sold out, but apparently it did and it restocked. And that's interesting nonetheless. I don't think that's a terrible piece, but I just really don't like the stain on it. I just think that's a really dumb idea. We also have the Kissing Faces pants restocked, and that came in two different colors actually. I think I would go with the pinkish red colorway. I think that's the more interesting one out of this. I think they're cool looking pants. I'd like to see in-hand pictures though, because that's something, especially with the pants, I don't really like buying them unless I see pictures already on the internet in person. Then we have the Speakers tee, which is a pretty classic merch looking tee. I'm not a huge fan of the whole merch side of Egor stuff, which I mean that really kind of rooted from the Flower Boy stuff that just kind of bored me to death, and I didn't really think the Egor ones were all that great either. But if you don't own one, I think owning at least one of them is not that bad. It's just when you own all of them, it just gets kind of diluted. They all look the same. Then we also have the Faceless and the Heartbreak t-shirts that are released in a couple colors as well. And I mean, same thoughts obviously, but if you do like these designs, I recommend just getting the t-shirt and not the hoodie. Just save the money. These aren't the craziest of designs, and if you're gonna get a hoodie, I probably would get it of something like a golf logo where it's actually stitched on rather than a printed logo that you're paying $90 for. Is a little much. Probably one of my favorite things that they restocked out of all of this is going to be the wig tee, which is another merch tee, but I thought this was a clever design in the past, and I still feel that way now seeing it. I totally forgot forgot about it till they restocked it. Then I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. But yeah, a cool one nonetheless. It's a little odd that they didn't restock the wig to go with the wig tee, but it's still cool. And this, if I'm looking at anything on here, I think this is the shirt I would be getting because it's just clever. It has a little bit of the uniqueness to it, but it still represents Egor in an interesting way too. Then we have the Egor hat, which obviously I know there's some people out there that like to collect all the album hats, so this is definitely for you. I always wanted to do that, but just never got around to it, so I'm probably gonna pass on it, but I'll keep my eye on it if I ever end up deciding to collect the hats. Then we have Egor socks, which are cool, but I mean the logo's only on the bottom of the foot, so it's kind of like whatever, who cares. Then we have the Golf Fleur socks, which I actually love those. I already have those, but I would be down to buy another pack of those, so maybe I'll be looking at those as well. They are nice socks. I do really like them. It's just something you can wear with anything. It doesn't even have to be golf, and it's just a nice subtle touch. Then we have both of the different scarves or bandanas, whatever you want to call them, which, they're whatever. I like the palette of them, but I just don't really care for the designs all that much on them. Then we have the shoehorn, which is pretty cool. I kind of want to get it, but $20 is a bit much. It just feels like a stretch, but it would be pretty sweet to have that with the whole sneaker collection going on. And then we have the golf wang hangers, which is another cool thing, but I feel like that's another thing where if you have golf wang and you're like, oh, this would be sweet to put with all my golf pieces, I just feel like it wouldn't be as great as you think because you'd have to buy a ton of them, and I don't want to buy a ton. Currently in the place I'm living in, most of my stuff is folded, so it's not even really an option for me, but I just don't see that as very practical of making it look good, because you probably want to get hangers for everything, and I highly doubt at least someone that's going to buy golf wang hangers owns only one piece of golf or something that would be hung. All in all, nothing too crazy, but it makes a lot of sense given in a business perspective, just because they want to have these items that for first time listeners to Egor or something like that, they go onto the website, see golfwang.com and see an Egor shirt, and they're like, oh, I need to have it. That's something that they're looking towards right there. So it doesn't shock me whatsoever, but I'm probably not going to be getting anything, but I don't think anything's bad here. I think a lot of this is kind of middle of the line. Some of it's a little bit better, but nothing that's a must, obviously. So that's pretty much going to conclude the video, guys. Let me know down below what you're thinking of all this stuff as well, guys. Also, please hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe if you haven't already for more golf wang, more sneakers, more clothing, more Shuttleboy. And this is Shuttleboy, guys, and I'm out, guys. Peace. Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Is this your first Shuttleboy video? Have you been here before? If not, I really recommend you subscribing. If you really like all this golf wang stuff, this is what this channel is about. If you like these sneakers, you definitely should see some more. We go over a ton of golf wang here, whether it be the latest pickups or golf wang grails. Definitely come here to subscribe and watch more Shuttleboy, because everything here has to do with golf wang, sneakers, clothing, and more Shuttleboy.